podcast. I'm your not so humble host, Hooligan Broom. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, my Twitter handle is Hooligan Broom. With us tonight is Rebecca Nolan. How are you doing, Rebecca?
I'm doing fantastic, thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name on Twitter is BexN12 with a BEX.
Alrighty. Also with us is Bobby Fu. How you doing, Fu?
How's it going, everyone? Doing well, thank you. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I am Septic_Gooner for all the Spurs hatred you can handle.
There's a lot of it.
Absolutely.
I know, right? It's so funny.
And also with us tonight is our founder and faithful engineer, Dre Footy. How are you doing, Dre?
Doing great, Jay. You can follow me on Twitter at DreFooty, and you can also follow the World Footy Net at their handle at WFootyNet, and that's with an IE for footy.
Okay, let's get into this. Last week, all of us except Dre, and I know poor Curdy was losing his mind when we said it, but the majority of us on last week, even though we wanted Sunderland to win, predicted that the scum of Newcastle would take that game. And boy, how wrong were most of us. Not only did Sunderland win, they thumped those Geordie bastards. 3-0. Maybe D, whatever his name is, threatened them with, something. Because they came out fighting. And yeah. I don't think under O'Neill we would have seen that game. Bex, what do you think?
Well, I was shocked that Sunderland won, but I was happy for them. I thought all three goals were absolute quality. The atmosphere was brilliant when I was watching the highlights on the TV, but I don't know if they would have won under O'Neill. I guess we'll never really know, but in my opinion, if you can't, as a professional footballer, get up for a game like that against your crosstown rivals, and perform to where it is one of those, it was one-sided, but, it was still a good one-sided game. You should always be able to get yourself psyched and pumped up for a rivalry game. So whether O'Neill was there or not, and would they have won under him, I'm just glad the players got pumped up and made it a derby that it was that it deserved to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Fu?
Well, we were wondering whether the passion that the Canyo had as a player would translate onto the field. And they were pretty quiet in the press. He was pretty quiet in the press all week long about this derby because he kind of knew what it meant to Sunderland and their supporters. And the team came out and bossed the French side off the pitch, I thought. But that really, they really did. I mean, hey, hands up, I give Sunderland full credit. They went out on Derby Day, away from home, and took it to Newcastle. And Newcastle didn't, and heck, Sunderland don't have any strikers. Of course, all three of their midfielders scored, and a person that plays in the back scored. So credit to them, credit to the manager. They did what they had to do, and which was beat Newcastle and maybe save themselves from going down.
Maybe. Dre, what's your take?
There's two basic things I wanted to say about the weekend for Sunderland and Newcastle, and the first was, of course, about the result. And although I had predicted it, I really didn't see the dominance away from home the way they had it. But I did like their chances because of the team that they have compared to what Newcastle have. I think Newcastle individually, it's almost like the Manchester United derby, where City have all the individual talent, but United has overall a better team. Now, it didn't turn out that way for United in their derby, but in this one, I think you saw where a less talented but a more close-knit team can beat a more individually talented club like Newcastle. And that's not saying a lot though, because Newcastle is average at best. But I think that's what you saw with that emotion, and all credit to DiCanio, because I didn't give DiCanio a lot of props when he first came on board, and I'm still upset about the O'Neal sacking. But he got him up for this game, and like Beck said, if you can't get up for a derby game like this, the most important game of the season, then you shouldn't be on the field at all. And so they performed that way.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, but the other thing I wanted to kind of put out there, and it has to do with your question about O'Neal. Could have O'Neal done it? I think it's debatable. I don't think, like I said last week, DiCanio and O'Neal, I think, would have saved the club from relegation. I don't think either one is going to take them down. As far as the Newcastle game, he might not have gotten it, because I think what we saw happening was O'Neal had lost the confidence not only of the owner, but subsequently the players as well. Has anybody heard anybody speak up for O'Neal from the players' point of view since he left?
Right.
And I think that you can attribute that to what happened behind the scenes between the owner and the manager. When that happens, we all talked about how lackluster Sunderland were playing in the past few weeks. I gotta say, if you don't give your manager the foundation and the support, the players are not going to have that confidence in you as well. If they know that, hey, if he loses one or two games, he's out of here, are they going to really try? And I think we saw that. But here they got DiCanio come on. They don't have a new team, but they played like a new team.
Right.
They've always had the ability, and I think that's a warning sign. I gotta think that this excitement, this adrenaline, it'll get them through the rest of the season, and it's going to save them. And all credit to Ellis Short and DiCanio. But you know what? Next season, after games 6 and 7, when that adrenaline wears off, what's going to happen? Does everybody remember when O'Neal first came on,
right,
and how well he did in the first few days or first few weeks of this, of that? And then they went through this little spell. Everybody lost confidence. Everybody got down on him. What's going to happen to DiCanio when he goes through the same thing? When he goes 6 games without a win, everybody going to still be, enthusiastic? That's the danger, I think, of an emotional type of manager. If you don't have anything else behind it yet, he may prove me wrong. I hope he does. I like Sunderland. I think their fans are probably the best in the league. Better than Manchester United. I'm a Manchester United fan. We have a lot of corporate support,
right?
But they have a community support that I think is unequal in the league. All credit to them. But that's my caution for the club. They'll be safe this year. O'Neal probably not could have performed the same way in this game, but I think it would have saved the club and would have been better, going forward in the next season. That's just my 2 cents.
Yep, very possibly. Moving right along, guys. Saturday and Sunday's matches. Saturday I was out coaching, but I listened to the Arsenal game on the XM as I was coaching. That might have had something to do with me not being totally focused.
Maybe that was a problem.
Well, and I probably coached how Arsenal was playing, which was not impressive whatsoever. So, at least that's how it sounded to me over the radio, and I just wanted to go, what are you doing? It's Norwich. Really? You're going to draw with Norwich? I mean, yes, I see the score line, but I don't think the score line gives the real story of the game. And
I don't know, Hooligan. When I was watching that game, I made the comment on Twitter early in the first half. I said, Arsenal are dominating this game, but they're not putting it in the back of the net. If they don't score soon, Norwich is going to sneak in and score, and they did. And I thought, they're going to have one of those days. But they dominated most of that game, and they had that flurry at the end, but I think that was more a telling of the spirit of the game than when Norwich went ahead. I think they went ahead against the run of play.
Well, the more, and I watched a lot of that. I watched most of the replay, and I'll just say this. I'm starting more, I can't help it, maybe Bex can relate a little bit. I watch games and my coaching antenna goes up. It's not like I'm just a fan. I'm watching the off-the-ball movement. I'm watching this, that, and the other. It's going on. And I don't think anybody on that team outside of maybe Monreal, all the mids, maybe Sanya, I don't think they have confidence. Fu, I'll send it over to you.
Let's be honest. You say it's only Norwich City. Of course, we said that when they beat us at their place. So you really can't say, oh, it's only Norwich, because it's really not only Norwich. I mean, and we did play not well at all in the first half, I thought. That was one of those things, that was one of those matches where you say to yourself, wow, either we should be up 4-0 or we should be down 4-0. Even though, it just by the way we're playing. Look, I've said this before, and I'll say this again. This is the worst passing Arsenal team since, 1998. And it's not down to any one player or two players or anything, but we just can't hold the ball like we used to. Today, I think possession was almost equal today, and that tells you something, because Everton doesn't play that passing game. Everton plays that we're going to thump the ball as far as we can, like our crosstown rivals Liverpool, and we'll call it Everton ball instead of Liverhoof. And they just really, and then undeniably, look, it was a penalty. We scored, made it even. They came right back down. And Fabianski made a genius save with a right foot kick away. Just unreal save. And then we got the own goal, which should have been a goal anyway, because anytime you put a ball across the 6-yard box, it's supposed to be a goal. I was very happy, especially when I woke up and I saw the score line. I woke up at 5 minutes to 12, turned it on. Oh, goody, 3-1. I can go back to sleep and take sleep for another 40 minutes before I have to go to work. And then I get to watch the replay all day long while at work. That was pretty cool. To be honest, it's not lack of confidence. It's just
look, Fu. Don't say it's not lack of confidence. I'm trying to be nice here.
No, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it is the person running our midfield is not getting the help that he needs. Everton came really close several times tonight. Where he's so under such pressure that his only outlet is a back pass, and that shouldn't be what our outlet is. Our outlet should be up the wing, let's run. We play the ball entirely too slow. Hell, I still think we're going to finish third again. That'll be a happy days for us.
Yeah, well, we differ on our opinions there. Bex?
The whole weekend was a little bit blah for me, to be honest, other than the Sunderland result, and I thought the City-Chelsea game was good. And obviously Leeds winning, that was massive.
Yeah.
Against Sheffield Wednesday scum.
Yeah, are they safe now? Are Leeds kind of, well, I guess mathematically they're not, but you feel pretty confident they're going to hit that mid-table and be all right and get ready for next season?
Yeah, we're currently 11th. We because of the 6 points from today and the weekend. So I mean that's absolutely huge. But we play 5 or 6 or maybe 8 points now clear of the bottom 3. But again, if we lose the remaining games, we're not safe. We've still got to guarantee at least one more win and a draw. So and we play Birmingham this weekend, who are sitting right under us. So we'll see.
Okay.
Dre?
Me being a United fan, I had a different perspective. After the last couple of weeks, I think there was a loss of confidence for United, for the players, for the supporters and everything. And, after that dreadful couple of weeks where we got knocked out of the FA Cup, got knocked out of the Champions League, had a poor performance against Sunderland, with a good team against a poor squad. And so there was and then we lost to Chelsea. And so there was this feeling excuse me, then we lost to Man City in the league. And
Yeah.
so there was this feeling that things are slipping away a little bit. And approaching Stoke, which can be a difficult thing anyway because of the way Stoke plays, I was actually happy about the way they went about it. I never felt like United weren't in control, but to Bex's point, they never were out of second gear. But I think it had to do with they wanted to make sure that they get the 3 points. They got the early score from Carrick, and they were like, well, let's make sure we stay tight at the back. Let's play nice and easy throughout this whole game and get another one and secure these 3 points. Let's just do that. And quite frankly, I was, happy to get the 3 points because after so much negative play on the day and in the past couple of weeks, to get 3 points and then move towards another foot towards the title means more to me right now than them looking, pretty on the field. The other thing I got from the game is how pitifully poor Stoke is. They don't have any creativity. Their method of playing is they pile as many tall guys as they can towards the goal and hoof the ball up to them. That's their strategy. And that goes back to what I'd never really considered this until Fu had said something about it a few weeks ago. But Pulis, I don't know what he's trying to do with that team, but they're not a Premiership team. They need to go down. I think they only defeated one club this year, and the rest have been draws.
No way.
Has it been something close to that?
They have 7 wins.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about
say, they have some actual wins, but
well, maybe this year they have 1 win, like in 2013.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I don't know.
Good.
But hey,
yes, they beat Reading on February 9th.
And that was the only other team they beat in the 2013.
And they have 2 draws.
Yeah.
1 win.
Yeah, and the other thing I just wanted to mention about, the Northeast Derby, where Kurt Hunt wrote another piece, chronicling the sort of kick-by-kick review of the game. And if you get a chance, again, go to worldfooty.net. And as the name of that article is The Greatest Day of Our Lives. And I think all Mackems will appreciate it. You really get a feeling of what it means to be a passionate supporter of a club when you review what he has to say about the game in general.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not going to continue on about that. I'm not going to speculate.
I hope they go down now. I hope Stoke go down now. That'll be my dream day.
Oh, you know what? They should go down, but I really want Newcastle to go down.
I mean,
they're not going to, but I'd love to.
Let's look at this. Who would I really like to see go down? QPR, Stoke, and Newcastle. Those would be the teams I'd like to see go down if I have my druthers.
Yeah, go ahead.
Switching the subject slightly to other games this weekend, I saw the highlights of the Liverpool Southampton game. Was it?
Oh. Liverpool Reading.
Reading. Oh my!
Even worse.
No,
even worse.
The keeper for Reading was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, he was Superman. He was the difference in the game.
He was the difference in the game. No kidding.
Yeah, definitely. Like Liverpool should have won it 3-4-0. Or no, like 3-4-1, 3-4-1 because Rayner made an absolutely quality save up the other end at one point as well. But my God, I love it. I love it when goalkeepers save the games like that. It's just a shame they couldn't do it a little bit more earlier on in the season.
Yeah, it's a shame when it's really not going to matter now.
No.
For them.
Yeah,
too bad for them.
Yeah, it's done now.
Yeah,
Beyond repair.
Reading all done.
Yeah. Well, on to some upcoming fixtures. We also have West Ham United tomorrow. Yeah. I think that's a gimme for United.
Yeah,
and
it'll be a boring win for United, but yeah, I think it's United 3 points.
And we got Fulham Chelsea.
This is going to be a good game, I think.
Yeah.
I think so too. I think Fulham are going to fight them and fight them hard.
Yeah. And it's rough for Fulham because they've got Chelsea tomorrow and then Saturday they've got to play Arsenal, but luckily both games are at home for Fulham.
Yeah.
So that's a huge derby week for Fulham.
We got Norwich and Reading. I'm gonna take Norwich.
I'm taking
Where is
Reading.
Is it Norwich City?
It's at Carrow Road.
Yeah, I'll take Norwich.
Yeah, Norwich have more to play for. I'm just going to take Reading.
Just for the hell of it.
Just for the hell of it.
It's all good.
To be different.
Bex?
Yeah, it could go either way, but I think Norwich are going to win it.
Yeah, I don't think Reading has it left in them. I think they're tired. They know they're going down. And so I don't know.
I would hope that a lot of the players, knowing that they're going to go down, are playing to be in the shop window.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
That's one thought, but
that's what I'm throwing my dice on.
I don't know. You may be right, but I don't know. I don't know about that one, Dre.
I know. It's the one half dozen of the other.
We also have Stoke Rugby Club and Queens Park Rangers.
Another tough one to pick.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna go. I'm gonna go on a limb and go for QPR here.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I am too. I don't think Stoke has.
Stoke did not impress me against United.
Yeah, I don't think they've got the forwards to punish QPR's clumsy back line at times. But I think QPR's front line are pretty lethal. So.
Exactly. That's my call. Fu, what do you think on that one?
Red nab.
Let's see here. Yeah, I know. And how can I root for the two people that I dislike the most as managers?
I know. What can you say?
Pulis and Harry Redknapp.
Think about it. Who do you hate less?
Redknapp.
Oh,
God, that's a coin flip by itself, right?
I don't know. Long throw, Harry Redknapp rolling down the window saying everything's
terrific.
Everything's terrific. My dog is fine. I've never heard of Monaco.
I can't spell.
Oh my gosh. Hey, wow. I think, Stoke can save their season if they win that match. But it's away. So I'm going to take QPR, who are just as dreadful at home as they are away.
Yeah.
Just as dreadful.
But again.
And Stoke is really dreadful away from home. Wow.
QPR can pass the ball.
Yeah, but passing the ball against Stoke is like passing against, 12-year-olds.
Right. Exactly. All right, we also got Sunderland and Everton, guys.
Everton's away from home yet again.
Will the emotion continue for Sunderland?
I'm going to say
draw. I'm picking a draw, just so Kurt doesn't send me something in the mail that will kill me.
Yeah,
not that anything happens like that in Sunderland, FBI man listening on the phone.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had enough bombings for the week.
I'm going to give Sunderland the edge only because they are home.
Yeah,
and they need it. And they still got that emotion going.
To where I think it's possible, I'm going more with a draw because I think Everton will come and play them physically and wear them down. I don't think with that fella in gold that Sunderland has, I don't think they're going to get anything by him.
Yeah. It's funny that both of these teams need a victory, but for vastly different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. You're absolutely right.
Bex, what do you think?
I'm on the fence. Every time I go to pick Everton, I feel like Sunderland could pull something out of it. So I have no idea. I don't know if it's going to be a win, a loss, or a draw. I have no clue.
Okay.
Sunderland baffle me.
I think when I look at Sunderland the past couple of games with Chelsea and then, against Newcastle, that emotional high, they had a really good first half against Chelsea and dropped the ball in the second half because that adrenaline wore off. I think they still have it coming off that high. I guess there is a chance for a hangover after such a big victory against Newcastle away. But coming home with their fans, and I think that's going to be the difference. Everton's a quality side. On paper, they should win. But I think the circumstances, for me, show for a very slight Sunderland victory. Of course, now I could be wrong next week, so,
And it won't matter. Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that, Dre. I can definitely see that.
And I'm scared of Kurt, so there you go.
Well, I'm not scared of Kurt. I created him, for God's sakes.
Okay. You know when he hears this.
Oh, I know. Why do you think I say it?
What's it going to be like when Kurt gets back on the show? He's going to have a lot of stuff to say to make up.
Well, I mean, he's, from this one, the amount of abuse we give him, he's,
it's true. We do abuse him quite a bit.
Yeah, he's probably sitting at home with the whiskey now, debating, do I drown myself in the toilet now or later? Anyway. Okay. We love you, Cardi. And then we got Swansea, Southampton. I'm going to take Swansea there. I think that'll actually probably be a good game. But
both teams attempt to play football, so
yeah, I think that could actually be a quality game.
Yeah, I think I'll call a draw on that one, but I do like the prospect of that game.
We got West Brom, Newcastle at the Hawthorns.
West Brom, baby.
Yeah,
come on, Baggy.
Awesome.
They're a better team.
They'll win. I see West Brom.
Lukaku with the hat trick.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see.
Oh, that's your fantasy team, isn't it, Fu?
No, actually, interestingly enough, I dropped him after the first 3 weeks because I knew it couldn't last. I knew that straight kill couldn't last.
Oh.
Nobody recognized my tweet today about how Anichebe was a poor man's Heskey today. Damn it, man! That really made me upset.
Yeah, I didn't even see it.
God, he is. It's a poor man's frickin' Emil Heskey.
Well, there you go. The legend. You always got to put legend in front of ML.
I'm sorry, legend Emil Heskey. Sorry, legend.
There you go. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. Remember that, please.
How many statues have they built in that guy's honor? Anyway,
I'm building.
In his mind or for real?
I mean, don't they have like 9 or 10 around England? Anyway, isn't he knighted like 3 times? Anyway.
Enough on Heskey. Poor man.
He's having fun there down in Australia.
Yeah, down under, baby.
Yeah, the equivalent of the MLS Retirement League.
Pretty much, yeah. He's actually a star down there.
Oh, God.
Which tells you a lot about that league.
Yeah, I mean, Anyway, moving right along. Then we got West Ham and Wigan. I'm gonna take the old Irons.
Yeah, West Ham.
Yeah, West Ham.
Fu, what do you think?
Roberto Martinez saves his team next week. He'll save his team and save their position in the league. That'll be his swans. That'll be his saving grace right there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna pick a draw.
I say West Ham pulls that one out. Maybe not by much. Maybe by the short ones. But I say they pull it out. Then, as previously discussed, we got Tottenham shitty. The scum versus the scummier on Sunday.
Man, 4 teams are playing on Sunday. I despise.
Yeah, I'll make sure I'm busy elsewhere.
I'm going to say draw in both games. Spurs, City, and Chelsea and Liverpool. Draws. Woo. What the heck?
That's a bold prediction, sir.
That's what I want.
City are going to win. They're too good. And I'll say this quietly because the hubby's downstairs. Chelsea. I'll pick Chelsea because he's a Liverpool fan.
I'm going with Bex.
Out of all 4 of those teams, City is the most consistent. Liverpool is the yo-yo team, like Faz said, and then of course Chelsea and Spurs are paper lions.
Well, but see, here's the thing about Chelsea, that as much as I hate to say it, much of the time, can't say all the time, but I'll say the majority of the time, when they need to grind out a result, they will grind it out.
Yeah, they did against United.
I would really like to see Liverpool win, so Chelsea drop points. Do not get me wrong. That is what I would like to see.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Chelsea's going to grind that one out.
Yeah, I guess you Arsenal people want City and Liverpool to win.
Yeah. But I still think, attempting
Tottenham
to
without Bale don't get a draw.
Hey, how's he doing? How is he still
He's got another
recouping?
2 weeks.
Ooh, not good for Tottenham. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got to change my. I'm changing my pick. City's going to win.
Oh, you can't do that. You've already picked them.
I still have my hand on the piece.
Yeah. Well.
Like checkers, right? Like chess, right?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I forgot about Bale. Okay.
I mean, Bale is their team.
Yeah.
Lennon's hurt too, correct?
Yeah.
So is Defoe. Defoe's hurt also.
Yep.
Defoe.
Got to depend upon Adebayor and his penalty.
Yeah, City. I'm sorry.
I mean, I think Dempsey, who can be dangerous, is now a non-entity here.
Yeah.
With Tottenham, he made a poor decision to go to Tottenham. Did it for money and a chance at Champions League football.
Yeah, kind of lost respect for him.
Yeah. I would have liked to have seen him stay at Fulham, but whatever. He's a player. He has to make his own best decision.
Yep.
On things like that. And then Monday we got United and Villa. I think that's a gimme, but I don't know. I guess crazier things have happened.
I think until they get the title, they're going to be pretty focused, and I think they will comfortably beat Villa. Although I think it'll be boring, just like these other two games.
Yeah, agreed.
They're going to play safe, nice and easy, and win.
Yep, I will agree
You'll
with that.
see if United can win the title early, you'll see a freer team after the title win.
Right.
After that, now, until then it'll be kind of tight and boring, unfortunately. But hey, let's just get the title. I don't care.
That'll be number 20, correct?
Yep, the big 2-0.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Well.
Fergie.
And then we got we got Wigan and City in the FA Cup.
Yeah, City will win.
Yeah.
I'll be wearing Wigan gear and cheering as they sink to defeat, but
yeah,
that's reality.
Again, it is the FA Cup, so anything can happen. But yeah, I think Mancini puts on or whoever puts on the squad at Man City.
That's all they got to play for.
Yeah, puts on a full strength squad and attempts to murder them.
Yeah, because I mean they haven't got a trophy this year, and if they don't finish with a trophy, it will be a very disappointing season.
God, wouldn't that be awesome though?
Yes,
it would be fantastic.
Their only chance when they get defeated by Wigan in the FA Cup final.
Yes, by Wigan.
I just want to see Mancini's face in the press conference afterwards.
Oh God.
And I want to listen to him babble about, referee. The officials don't always see everything. Or whatever excuse he comes up with. So, all right, our question of the week, asked by one Kurt Hunt. Michael Chopra sending abusive tweets about Sunderland Football Club. He was a former Sunderland player. He played against Newcastle, comes from Newcastle, now abuses Sunderland. Do you think that represents what's wrong with modern football? Players are bitter and unsporty. Anyone have any thoughts on Chopra?
Go ahead, Bex.
I didn't even know who he was until you started going on a rant about him, and I did a little bit of research, and this guy is a hot mess. I don't know. I guess he's had a little bit of a rough time. He's bounced around a couple of clubs. He did well at Sunderland, by what I read. But I guess at the sheer fact that he's, born and bred Newcastle, he was a little bit bitter towards Sunderland, and he just can't seem to let it go when there's a little bit of success that heads their way. So, but I didn't see what he had posted on Twitter. All I know is that he loves to post some controversial things on Twitter. Yeah,
he likes picking at people, And I think the days of players like Ryan Giggs, Paul Scholes may be coming to an end. That's the society we live in, and it's really too bad, but it really makes me glad that I came along in football at a time when there was a little bit more respect between players on the whole, and the emphasis was put more on the players and the community than the money and this, bravado that goes on back and forth. So the game has changed permanently, and I think these attitudes that we see with Chopra is sadly going to be here. It's going to stay. I don't think it's going to go away anytime soon.
Fu, you got a minute and 30 seconds.
Actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of like Dre. Pretty soon the clubs are going to start clamping down on this and not allowing people, professional footballers, to say their mind, actually. And as hard as that is to imagine, I think, it's probably going to go into somebody's contract or something. You're not allowed to be on Twitter at all. And that's, Joey Barton's another person that shouldn't be allowed on Twitter.
Yeah, he shouldn't be allowed to speak.
I agree with you. I mean, Joey Barton is out of control, but it's a small minority of professional footballers that abuse and take advantage of the Twitter. Like Wayne Rooney's all right. He gets a lot of slack, and he still posts, positive things. And Robin van Persie had to leave Twitter for the abuse he got during the whole leaving Arsenal process. It's not like they choose to just be a dick. Like, they get wound up by people like you and me who pick, abuse, insult, like it's, and there's only, like out of the however many handful of idiots that abuse them, there are hundreds and thousands and millions that love to see what they're up to on Twitter. So I think it's a massive part. I mean, I know in the women's game, when I was playing for the Silverbacks, Laura Federico was like, you need to get on Twitter and you need to tweet. It's huge for the fan base. The same with the Atlanta Beat. You need to get on Twitter. Keisha Soccer has a Twitter handle. It's absolutely massive. But I do think it wouldn't surprise me if there was something in the contract that would stop them from, stupidly tweeting stuff that they don't need to tweet. They just need to bite their tongue for 10 seconds. They need to get off Twitter for an hour, cool down, whatever, so they don't post that stupid tweet. But it's just a shame that these types of idiots, Michael Chopra and Joey Barton, could possibly ruin it for other footballers that have such a positive influence on everyone else.
Very true.
Well, I don't know. I take a different tact. I mean, what is social media really there for? If I can't pick at people, let's take, for instance, Frimpong. He posts some smart-ass, teenage-sounding stuff. He doesn't really mean any harm. He's just making a snide joke. And everybody loses their mind. I don't even remember what it was, the last thing he posted, but everyone lost their frickin' mind. And was it inappropriate? Whatever it was, to the best of my memory. Yeah. But, a sick bastard like me got a laugh out of it. But, for him and his position to be doing it, it's questionable. But he didn't mean anything by it. And I think everyone's too damn serious.
Yeah, it's such a new technology, and people
be able to laugh at
getting
yourself.
used to it, though. Yeah. They should be able to, but the thing about Twitter and on all these social nets is, like I said, it's a new technology, it's a new phenomenon still, in the way that players can communicate with fans, because that used to be something back in the old days that happened down at the pub after the match. when players actually did communicate with the fans face to face. Those days are gone. So now the new way of doing it is through social media. But if you don't like a player or whatever they say, whether they're joking or not, yeah, they're gonna twist it any way they want and say, oh, he meant this by what he just tweeted. Yeah. And it becomes a big issue and stuff. And, then the FA wants to get involved and say, he's going to be banned for this. And, so, everybody's getting used to it. I remember when it first came about of Alex Ferguson banned the players from using it. Then he designated one player, which was Ferdinand at the time. But after that, it became impossible to police. Yeah. And so everybody's getting used to this new way of doing it. And I don't know. If it's done right, it's great. If it's done wrong, it is what it is. So I got a question for everybody. We've talked about the relegation race. Now we have more of an intriguing European race for European places, with Arsenal now in third. With they have 1 or 2 games in hand right now.
Who?
Arsenal over Chelsea. 2 games in hand over Chelsea. And
no, Chelsea has 2 games in hand over.
Arsenal played 33. Chelsea and City. City's above with 31 games, and Chelsea are below with 31 games.
Right. How do we think the top 5 are going to turn out? You think Arsenal's going to be? They drew today, and Chelsea has some games to make up. But do you think they're going to be able to hold on to that 3rd place in an automatic spot?
I don't. I don't know. Chelsea are only 2 points behind them with 2 games in hand.
Right.
And Tottenham are 2 points behind them with a game in hand. So, I don't know. Don't count your chickens before they
hatch. I would have said yes had we won today.
Yeah, right.
Cool. Well, you got to remember Chelsea have to play Tottenham and Everton. And let's hear they play and Liverpool. And United.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
That United game will be interesting because that's a little bit later. If United have already clinched the championship, that could be an intriguing matchup.
And they start to play Swansea City. I'm gonna be honest with you. They have the hardest run up of all the teams. Funnily enough, we were discussing last week after they went through in the Europa League, and Wigan made it to the FA Cup final. That if they don't go to Europe, if they don't make Champions League.
That's true.
Listen to what I say. They don't make Europe if they don't make Champions League. Because Swansea City won the Carling Cup. Manchester City is automatically Champions League place, even if they win the FA Cup. Wigan is the other participant in the FA Cup. They get the other Europa League place.
Yep.
And are Chelsea going to win a fair play ticket into Europa? No, they are not.
I had not even thought about that. I forgot about the cups.
Yep.
I forgot about the cups.
That's the big thing.
Good Lord. Yeah.
I didn't think about that at all. That's very true.
And that really makes me really, really, really happy.
Well, to a degree, but at the same time, I want them to have distractions.
Well, I want them to go ahead and I want them to go take the 4th Champions League spot anyway, because that means Tottenham doesn't go to Europe at all.
Right.
Which is even better. Is even better.
Yeah, I think Spurs is starting to fade.
You can tell it's April. Tottenham losing.
Same old Spurs.
Tottenham are not playing well at all. Yep. Awful.
Yeah. Spurs are going to fall down for sure.
Who's Leeds got coming up?
Birmingham. Away.
Ugh, that's horrible.
That'll be tough for him.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. But again, like with the new manager, McDermott, maybe that fresh little sparkle is what they need because they've got the 6 points. He's got a 100% record right now with them.
Yeah. Well, they really are bubbling up the table.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not like Birmingham's good. And even if they were, I wouldn't say they were.
Yeah, but we're talking about Leeds as well, who haven't been able to do anything this season. So
They're on fire the last 2 games, though.
yeah.
Any thoughts on who might go down? We got Huddersfield and Barnsley and Bristol City right now in the relegation places, but looks like Wolves could go down too.
Yeah, they're all tied really, like Peterborough, Wolves, and Huddersfield. So it's
What about Blackburn has a chance to go down?
yeah, they're only at 53 points, and then there's the rest are tied for like 51 to get that third relegation slot. But
yeah, they're 2 points off the relegation
they've
places.
also got a game in hand though over those teams.
Oh, yes, they do, don't they? Yeah, probably because in the FA Cup or Carling Cup or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a dogfight too. That and for the playoff places.
But
Yeah,
Cardiff got automatic promotion, didn't they,
Yep,
today?
they clinched. Yeah, they clinched today.
2 Welsh teams in the Premier League. I never thought I'd do the day.
Look out! Might as well annex Wales and just put them on in there.
Now all we need is Glasgow Rangers and Celtic.
Yeah, they'd love that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, anyway, I was going to say the bestiality rate will move up, but
Yeah, now they have something to do on Saturday. Go to England.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, anybody want to comment on Millwall's performance in the stands at Wembley?
Oh, Jesus. Idiot.
Oh, it's Millwall. What do you expect?
They couldn't get to anybody, so they started fighting among themselves.
Well, yeah, it's Millwall.
That's
What do you
hilarious.
expect? I mean,
I'll be the first one to say a bit of bother enlivens things up a bit. But fighting amongst yourselves is,
It's stupid.
the least you could do is fight the police.
Well, they did that too.
let's just go all NWA on people and fight the police. But they don't even do that. They fight amongst themselves. People are going to get banned for lifetime for fighting amongst themselves. How silly is that? Yeah. You're not even trying to punch someone an opposing supporter. You're punching someone that supports your team. And it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good on the owner. It doesn't look good on the owner and the club and the staff.
It's tough. I mean, they've been fighting that stigma for so long now, and they thought they were making progress. And on the big stage with millions of people watching, they do this.
And there were millions of people watching. 1
step forward, 20 steps back.
It's Millwall. What do you expect?
Bex, someone tweeted. They said, "Look where they come from. All they have to do is beat the crap out of each other. That's all they can do."
Yeah.
That's all they can do.
I feel like those type of people, they have a certain life that they live, and it's their mundane, monotonous job during the week. They live for the weekend. They go down to the pub every night. They get absolutely wasted, and then they just act like complete mongrels and ruin it for everyone else. Like they're still living in the freaking 80s and 90s of that hooliganism that English football has worked so damn hard to move away from.
Yeah.
Just uneducated, naive, sheltered individuals that think that for that hour and a half, everything is worth it, and it's just, I don't even know if they'll regret it, but at the end of the day, they are the idiots, and they'll be punished for it, hopefully.
Yeah, and just to be fair, they kept saying it was a small minority of the Millwall fans that were there that were doing it, and so there was probably a little group there that went crazy, but unfortunately, that's the spotlight, and that's your reputation, so nobody's going to think about anything else, unfortunately.
Exactly, that is their reputation, yep.
In that probably is true that it's a small minority, but I mean, even like for me, I'll just say with our local team, I'm one of the, or can be, one of the rowdier supporters, but at the same time, there's a line, and if you as part of a supporters group if that line starts to get crossed, it's your job as being part of the supporters group to pull your own people back into line and go, well, hey, if you feel it absolutely necessary to do that, go over there and do it. Don't bring attention to our group with that particular behavior. Go over there and do it. And there's anyway, I won't even get into that. But yeah, I mean, that's, it's football though. That kind of comes with it, to a degree. Right, wrong, or indifferent, that still kind of comes with it. Okay, guys, that about brings it to a close for the evening. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Also, for the listeners, if you'd like to get involved with the show, shoot us a message on Twitter at WorldFootyNet, or just like us on Facebook and comment there. Thank you for listening this week, and we'll be back with another episode for you next week. Cheers. And also, P.S., if you're a hater and you disagree with us, don't gripe. You're welcome to come on and have your say. We welcome all opinions, even if we don't particularly like them.
Yeah, Newcastle and Spurs fans, get on here.
Yeah, we actually do believe in freedom of speech here at WFN, and you are welcome to come on and say what you got to say. And it'll be all right. We can have some banter about it, and you can express yourself. Don't hold it on your chest. And
don't talk about my mom.
Yeah. Mamas, and my soon-to-be wife are off limits. You can talk about whoever else you want. Talk about my mama or Miss Johanna, and I will find you, and that's a promise.